How's it going, everyone? AFC Finners, we're here in Oxfordshire to see Banbury FC. Start the day as we always do in a greasy spoons. Having fun? We've got enough toast to solve world hunger. Here's Luciano, he is an Oxfordshire native. First time we're visiting his area. Let's have a look around the town in a moment once we finish this delicious stuff.
We are then. I've never seen so many convenience shops in my life. Having fun, boys? Hey. Yeah, we went to a foreign food shop and Luke got the famous foreign drink of Iron Brew. I meanwhile have the mango aloe vera. Beautiful stuff. And then Tom's gone for his favourite Mountain Dew. There we go. Just like being back in Amsterdam. Lovely shopping centre here. I think we'll head over to the ground shortly. Alright, mate? How you doing? Have you recovered from the 2-2 draw against Millwall? I don't think so from the looks of it. Here we are then, there's the sign. It's somewhere in that direction. Right by Banbury Station, conveniently. Found it in the end. It's right by the train tracks. And you have to walk all the way through an industrial estate. We have found it. Not quite open yet, but we'll be in soon. That's very cool, a nice little club car there. Like I was surrounded by all these industrial buildings, gives it a big identity. So we just entered the stadium, we're about to go and have a look around, but before we do, let's find out a little bit about today's hosts, Banbury United.
Banbury United FC were founded in 1931 as Spencer Sports Club, a worker team of the Spencer Corsets factory. After initially only playing friendly matches, they joined the Banbury division of the Oxfordshire Junior League, changing their name to Banbury Spencer along the way. They won the Oxfordshire Senior League at the first try, and then joined the Birmingham Combination. Following the Second World War, they were turned professional. Their first season following this, someone finished in second place in the combination, and reached the first round of the FA Cup for the first time in their history. After joining the Birmingham and District League, they were renamed as Banbury United in 1965, and soon after, they joined the Southern League. They remained in the Midland Division of the Southern League until they were relegated in 1990, but they won the Premier Division of the Hellenic League in 2000. Another promotion saw them enter the Premier Division of the Southern League, and they won their fifth Oxfordshire Senior Cup. After falling back into the lower divisions of the Southern League, they quickly secured promotion back to the Premier Division. They blitzed their way to the Southern League Premier Division title by 23 points, and with only 2 defeats, to see the spot in the National League North for the first time in their history. Overall, they have won 1 Southern League Premier Division Central title, 1 Hellenic League Premier Division, 6 Oxfordshire Senior Cups, and 5 Buckingham Charity Cups. And a bit of trivia, Banbury United are nicknamed the Puritans, as during the 16th and 17th centuries, many Puritans, a group of Protestants who seek to remove Roman Catholic influence in the church, were based in the Banbury area. So those are our hosts, Banbury United. Let's have a look inside their home, the Spencer Stadium. Not too shabby. So we've just entered, having a quick stroll round. We're amongst the first tier, got here about 2 hours before kick-off. It's very nice. I really like the aesthetic of it. Red and yellow is an underrated colour combination. But I like, again, how it's surrounded by so many industrial buildings. It really helps give it an identity, like I was saying earlier. Combination, you got a lot of nice standing areas and big stand over there with all the seats. But no, this is very old-fashioned. I feel like in a good way they've made sure to not over-renovate this stadium and make it lose its identity. I feel like if you came here back in the 70s it would look very similar, and I really like that. They haven't forgotten their roots, where they came from. But, you know, walking around Banbury we saw a few people wearing Banbury shirts, so considering I don't think I'd even heard of this club before I decided to come here. It's clearly a club with a decent fan base. Look forward to seeing the fans as they come in. It's not bad at all.
Banbury!
What do you think, you boys? We like it?
I like it. Oh, I hope to see a goal or two.
Ho ho!
Yeah, I'm enjoying the club statement cameo here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that flag girth. It's huge. Just seeing this here, so it looks like this club has got their own radio station. That's so cool. I've never seen something like that at a non-league club. I love it. Look at this.
This is awesome. Here we go. We got Puritan Smooth. It's actually technically rebranded, but it's very nice.
Manly drink over here.
Girly drink, manly drink. He's got half a WKD. Luke's gone for the same as me. Man of fine taste. Delicious. So far, it's been incredibly welcoming. The stewards telling us they're expecting about 1,000 fans here. All staff have been very chatty, very engaging. The guy at the bar as well, and hoping to speak to the guys at Puritan Radios about 2:30. Very welcoming. I'm very excited. So we got a special guest here. Got Ronnie Johnson, chairman of Banbury United. Ronnie, tell us a bit about the club.
Well, welcome firstly. It's great to have a few groundhoppers here today, and it's always great to see the type of people who go around the country looking at the grounds and supporting football, of course, which is what it's all about. So we're a fan-owned club. We become a fan-owned club 7 years ago in the 2015-16 season, and at the time we were sort of a little bit on a low ebb, shall we say, and it's been a fantastic move. We've gone onwards and upwards ever since then, and of course last year we had this fantastic situation where we won the league, Southern Prem, by 23 points, and here we are in the National League North, which is very much like a pro league, and it's a fantastic experience for us, and we're looking forward today to play Kidderminster Harriers in what will be over 1,000 fans, and really looking forward to it. And it's great to see you.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, it seems like as a club, like when I was doing the tour, I felt like this ground would look exactly the same as when you saw it in the 70s. You haven't forgotten your roots. Always to keep part of like the identity of the club, keep it alive in the community.
Very much so, and people love it. People love this ground. I mean, obviously we're looking at possible moves, as you do in sporting arenas, but a lot of people really love this ground. On a night match in particular, it's got a very special atmosphere about it. But we have had to do improvements, of course, to go up the leagues. And our capacity is another thing. We're just working at the moment. We've got to get our capacity up to 3,000 for the National League North. But we have tried to keep the character here. We've had new floodlights put in, which were needed because the ones before had been in since 1965. So we've got some lovely new floodlights, which have been a great move, LED lighting and everything. And but yes, the character is still here, and I think that when we get 1,000 plus in here, you feel that.
That's brilliant. So very ambitious club. Do you think one day you'll be able to make it all the way to the Football League?
That's a nice ambition. As a chairman, I better say yes to that.
Good man, that's the spirit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great move. I mean, yes, last season really was magnificent. You know, we'd been pushing away in that league for many years. This next step is obviously a very difficult step. There are some leagues that, there are some teams that are professional and full time. So you're playing against some big sides. Kidderminster today are I think full time. But no, we're doing well. We fancy ourselves. We sort of. We say we're a sleeping giant in many ways for the area, so we feel we can do it, but obviously there's lots of things to happen before you actually get there. But we are ambitious. We're certainly not thinking of just staying somewhere.
Good man, that's it. Ronnie, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
My pleasure.
What a lovely man Ronnie Johnson is, very friendly. He came up to us in the bar and said, "Oh, I hear you're groundhoppers," shook all three of our hands, and after I did the interview, he went up to the bar and said, "I'd like to get a drink for these three guys. So, here's a pint of Cotswold Pale on Ronnie Johnson. Thank you very much. Pleasure meeting you." Good stuff.
There we go. Very well done chips, £2.50. I think these even top the ones at Weston. Very nice. Only £2 for a club badge. That's the cheapest one I've ever got. So we got Richard here from Puritan's Radio. It's not often you see a non-league team with their own radio station. Rich, tell us a bit about it.
Well, Banbury United became a community-run or community-owned football club back in 2015, and as a result of that, Stuart Green, who is our chairman and founder, was asked to set up a radio station to provide public address for the match. So in a few minutes' time I shall be going out to address the crowd, but also to give commentaries, and we've just handed over to our commentary team, who are just that way behind you, who are starting to preview this afternoon's match. And yeah, so from there the radio station expanded, and we're now 24/7, so go out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's not just about the football anymore, it's about music of all sorts of genres, all sorts of likes, and very much community radio. We go and do public address all around Banbury. We provide public address for anybody who needs it. There's a little bit of an advert there, but and it's just a nice little station, and it's good fun to do. So I've just finished my 2.5 hour preview of today's match, our home game at home to Kidderminster Harriers. It's now my turn to leave the commentator to hopefully get a Banbury win this afternoon.
Brilliant. And Banbury very much seems to be a team on the up. How has Puritans Radio helped grow the community of the team?
I think it's just trying to get out there and tell the story of Banbury United. I mean, we've been to every away match pretty much since the station started. We've provided commentary for every away match, every home match, and we're forever broadcasting interviews with various members of the club. We have an open door policy at the studio. Anybody can come in when I'm on air on a Saturday, tap on the window and say, can we come and have a chat about something? I've spoken to the groundsman today, and anybody who's listening in can hear us support and promote Puritans Radio. I will just give a couple of mentions. One in particular, there's a gentleman who lives in Perth, Australia, who tunes into every match. He was born and raised in Banbury, but he went off to Australia back in the 1980s. He tunes in religiously every match. And then we have a listener in Wisconsin, and we have another listener in Melbourne, and we have a listener in Brazil. So by going on the internet, anybody who has any link with Banbury can tune into their hometown football club and listen to what's going on in their hometown. So I hope that's helped a bit.
Brilliant. And finally, if anybody wants to tune into Puritans Radio, how can they find you?
Lots of different ways. The obvious one would be www.puritansradio.com. But if anyone's come across this wonderful app called Radio Garden, it's a bit like Google Earth, except it's for every radio station in the world. You can find by going to Radio Garden. You will find us if you type in Puritans Radio on that Radio Garden. It's a brilliant site. And of course, there's also TuneIn. You can find us on TuneIn as well. So several ways of doing it, all online, but either www.puritansradio.com, Radio Garden, or TuneIn.
Richard, thank you for joining us. Flares at a non-league game. See something new every day. Both teams have got flares. This is incredible. Look at these scenes. It's about midway through the first half here. It remains 0-0. It's been very even. The biggest chance went to Kidderminster. They had a great volley that hit the bar. Apart from that, there's not really been any significant chances. And it seems to have 0-0 written all over it. But then again, I thought that last week before Western scored. About 10 minutes from half-time and Kidderminster taking the lead. It was a really scrappy goal. The ball's crossed in. Keeper should have claimed it. He hasn't. Kidderminster have headed it in. The away side have taken the lead 1-0. So it's 1-0 at half-time. Very disappointing for Banbury because that was a very avoidable goal to concede, and I think it would still be level if they hadn't. Hopefully they can turn around the second half. Not many opportunities in the first period, but let's hope they can turn around and get 3 points. Half-time, 1-0 to Kidderminster Harriers. But coming towards the end of the game, it remains 1-0, and Banbury have not really created any significant chances. I'd be very surprised if Kiddy don't see this out. I really hope I'm proven wrong, but it looks like Kiddy will be taking the 3 points. Still 1-0. Full time is finished 1-0 to Kidderminster. It was one of those games you just knew Banbury could be here all night and they wouldn't score. They had a late flurry, but you just tell it wouldn't go in. I'm a bit worried about the scenes behind me just there. Lots of players fighting behind the goal. A lot of players from Kidderminster pointing at the fans. I do worry something unacceptable was said. If so, may the people get the just punishment. Slightly worrying, but I'm not going to let it ruin a special day. Very disappointing result, but we still had a lot of fun. Full time, Banbury 0, Kidderminster 1.
We started our day in a greasy spoons we end our day in a Wetherspoons. That was Banbury United, and we've had a fantastic experience. I think we've all agreed that's probably the best welcome we've had on our ground-to-ground adventure so far. As soon as we came in, staff were wanting to speak to us, and the fact, again, the chairman came up to us, shook all our hands. All the stuff he's got to do, he took the time to do that and buy us a drink. I can't speak about how much I appreciate that. And really good atmosphere, considering this is their first ever season in a National League system. There's clearly people who have been supporting them for many years. Really good atmosphere, and on the whole, a fantastic experience. I'll definitely have to come back. We enjoyed it, boys?
Lovely.
Wonderful. Definitely one of the best we've done. And listen, I'm not going to let those unsavoury scenes towards the end spoil it, because that was a fantastic day. We've made a fantastic choice. Considering we were initially planning to do North Lee today, this was our backup option. It should definitely have been our first. Thank you, Banbury. You've been excellent. So that was Spencer Stadium, home of Banbury United. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. See you next time, and stick with us as we go ground to ground. I'm about to have a Newcastle Brown. AFC Finners out.